Well, I got a bit of fence done. I started here last night, and then I'll show you 150 feet. We'll walk along 150 foot of fence line. Going to need a lot of stakes for in bottom. I'm going to have to come along with like tent stakes or something. Actually, plastic tent stakes would be the best for that purpose. Here, I've got to bow that inwards and then stake it down all the way along. It's got to be secure to the ground. So I've got come along here. Now I'm up behind the corner of the tiny house on wheels. I've got the fence along here. Here I had to dig out some dirt. It's my propane refrigerator behind the house. And we'll have a look to the corner. Where is it? Right there is the corner tree. You can see it right there. So we're way over there. And we're up behind the house. And keeps on going. Now here's pretty straight. Here there were a mess of trees. I see with chicken wire there's going to be some bows in it. There's no way I'm really going to get it perfectly straight. But it sort of looks cool overall. I hope I can get the bows out of it, because that will look better, more pleasing to the eye if it's straight. Down here I'm going to need some stakes because there's a huge hump from the tree, and without damaging the tree I sort of had to sag the wire down a bit, sort of lay it and curve it at the base of the tree. And in here I'm really going to have to stake it down a lot because it's suspended right here. Chickens will simply walk through. Raccoons will simply walk through. And then over to here, the last tree. There's only maybe 10 feet left, so I'm going to cut that off and use that for patch-ups and gate fencing and whatever else as needed. So there it is. That's the end of the line for that piece. And so that's what 150 feet looks like. So well, now I've got a situation here. I've got to come, I want to start behind the workshop tent, and I want to go into the woods a ways, but it's dense here. So I'm going to come from this one with a new roll, and there's not going to be any support in between, which is not good. And I'm going to come to that next tree there, where the orange flags are here. And I was thinking about making that the end tree, but I really want to make it a little bit bigger out behind the tent a ways. So what I'm going to do is come out and sort of angle over to the next tree. And here's a situation where I've got to use what's available. And here's where it's not going to be as a very straight fence then. So I'm going to have to go from this one to that one, knock out these 2, 3 little ones, and then to the evergreen there, the tall one, clean my my logs out of here. And then from there I'm not sure. Later I'm going to go to make this the corner post and go to here and then in and in. So it's going to be a lot of brush clearing out here to make this happen. It's going to be a lot of work. And the biggest part of the work is going to be out here, the blueberry patches. There's a lot of dead trees and stuff. I'm going to have to clear out all that out of my path. A lot of brush from last year. But if I can come out this way somewhat, yeah, there's enough. Well, it's really sparse right here. In this one spot, it's really sparse, right? And then it gets really thick. Well, actually, now that I look at it, with an eye of putting a fence up, it isn't that thick. But here's a relatively straight line. This one, this one, this one. That curved one's no good, so I'll probably go the one there. And keep on going. Now where it gets tricky is all these blueberries. And all this little brush and stuff. I don't know if it shows on camera as much as I see it to my eye. All that greenery is going to interfere with anywhere I put a fence. So I've got to figure a way through this. The easiest path, and without anything touching the electric fence. The electric fence is the problem. The chicken wire, the blueberries will actually help secure it and keep it from being pushed back and forth as much. But the electric fence is going to be the important part. The part that I don't want to have touching anything. And then I'll have all these blueberries in here. It really doesn't show on camera, does it? I'll have all these blueberries here that I can harvest, because then the chickens will keep the ticks down. And the reason I didn't really harvest anything last year or so was because the ticks were so bad. And I had 30-40 ticks on me at any given time when I went out to the blueberry patches. So right now I'm just walking carefully and watching where I step, trying to make sure there's no ticks on me as I go. So I've got a big job ahead. I'm going to have to get the chainsaw going next. So that 150 feet of fence up here was the easiest part of it all. That was the easiest. Now comes some more brush clearing and logging out the little trees, because don't forget, these little trees are the ones, as I said, I know raccoons can get up there and probably swing from one tree to the next and then get around my fence, and that is not desirable. So all these have to come out. That I know. So I'm gonna go ahead and take a break. It's really hot and humid, and then I'll figure out where the line's gonna go from here and start flagging it out.